Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way. We have 5 talking points for the Fulham versus Manchester United game. As we know, Manchester United travel to Craven Cottage on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. lunchtime kickoff, and they went and they beat Fulham by 1-0. Bruno scoring a goal in injury time, Fergie time, literally late. Well, it wasn't the last kick of the game, but it was a late winner, and it was a win that can take the pressure off Manchester United. Well, as I said, before we get stuck into every video, please hit that subscribe button. Let us know your 5 talking points. Like I say in every 5 talking points video, if it was a 10 talking points video, I would find 10 talking points. But these are the 5 talking points I think I should talk about. And let us know your 5 talking points and what you thought of the match. Here are the stats for that game. Again, Fulham as well. You have to give it to Fulham. Obviously, looking at the stats, some would say they probably deserve something for that game. A win or a draw. It was a game that I thought was going to end in a 0-0 draw. But here are the stats. So Fulham have had 18 shots. Manchester United have had 12. Had 12 shots. Fulham 2 shots on target. Manchester United's 5. Fulham had possession of 45.1% to Manchester United's 54.9%. The XG was in the favour of Fulham, 1.78 to Manchester United 0.74. XG these days don't seem to be on our side, and I agree. Aerial drills for both sides is equal to 50%. Fulham made 360 passes to Manchester United's 450. Fulham 8 shots off target to Manchester United's 5. Now again, Fulham definitely had more shots. The shots on target, I'm really surprised, to be honest, that we've had 3 more shots on target than Fulham. The possession, the XG doesn't surprise me. The aerial duels, okay, fair enough. And I thought we would have had a lot more shots off target than Fulham. But that is the stats. Let's jump in to the 5 main talking points. Let's go. So as we know, a lot of us went with a typical, predicted 11, and we didn't expect Ten Hag to put out the players he did. Well, some of the players he did. Sorry. Ten Hag's trusted 11. We all said it. The commentators were saying it. All the people that the things I was listening to were saying that was Ten Hag's trusted 11. That's the 11 that he trusts the most that can get him a win. We had what he started like. This was the Manchester United starting 11 to face Fulham. Onana in there, Dalot left back. 2 centre backs of Rafael Varane, Harry Maguire, and Johnny Evans. We had Wan-Bissaka right back. We had a midfield of Christian Eriksen, Scott McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes. We had Garnacho on the left, Anthony on the right, and Rasmus Højlund down the middle. It was again, maybe some would say I wouldn't have started Evans, I wouldn't have started Dalot left back, I wouldn't have started Anthony. Some would say I wouldn't have started Christian Eriksen. That's fine, but like we say in all teams and all things Ten Hag does, you have to back the manager, and that's what I do. There's no point me sitting here saying back Ten Hag, and then when he makes a team and go mad about it. The defence, I was a bit weird, fair enough. With Varane, not Varane. Why do I keep talking about Varane? Varane did come on. Maguire and Evans, I thought was too slow. And the midfield we had with Eriksen and McTominay, too slow. So I just... That's it. But I said I back Ten Hag, and I worked out well. We got a clean sheet. Some would say luckily enough, but we got a clean sheet at the end of the day. We got the points, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters at the moment, doesn't it? For Manchester United, if you can go get the win, and if it works, and it did work. But that looks like it's Ten Hag's trusted 11. Okay, Rashford was out. If Rashford was fit, would he have started? Maybe, but I think now looking at that should be the team that if Ten Hag trusts it. Now it's not a team that will light the world on fire or anything like that. It's not a great team, I'll admit. When you have that, I'm surprised he didn't. We had a few options on the bench. We brought on obviously Pellistri and Varane. They're 2 solid options. We had Amrabat, we had McTominay, we had Mount, we had Reguilon. You brought on Martial. Obviously, you look at the subs you brought on Varane, basically to go. He tried to shut up shop them because we were a goal up and he wanted to hold on to that precious lead, that delicate lead, that fragile lead. You brought on Pellistri, you brought on Anthony Martial. Mount, if I haven't missed them already, added them in. So they're the subs he brought on, but he didn't bring on Reguilon and Amrabat again. Is Reguilon 100% fit yet? Doesn't seem to be. But obviously he was looking at the team that he picked on Wednesday against Newcastle, and that team, he was like, I'm not going near that team again. That's not. It's like he wanted to go a bit of balance, a bit of people that know each other. Obviously, the second half we weren't so good, but it's the 11 he goes with. Like if that was the team, if we were playing Man City and that was the team, I'd be questioning it, and it's probably not far off the team against Manchester City either. Let's be fair. But the only difference is, well, there's three differences. Obviously, Lindelof wasn't playing, neither was Amrabat or Marcus Rashford, and Anthony as well. But that seems to be his trusted 11. Now, I'm sure if you ask him, he's probably going to say, well, that's the starting 11 I trust. They're the players I trust. He's putting the players out there that can get him a win, and hopefully the players that were on the bench that didn't get game time or need to prove themselves can look at that and say, okay, I need to up my game here. I need to shut up my ego, and I need to put my head down and get stuck in and start working hard to get myself back into that team. Because at the moment, I don't think Ten Hag should be just, when players come back, say, okay, you go back in, you be fine, you can do what you have to do. The players have to work hard. Example, Mount, Pellistri, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial. Well, not even them, but I think Pellistri, he hasn't really played a lot, so obviously he has to prove himself. Mason Mount really has to prove himself if he wants to be in that start 11 week in, week out. It seems like Raphael Varane has to do the same, to be brutally honest, and Reguilon. But Marcus Rashford, most importantly, if he wants to be in there, he's going to have to do it, because Marcus Rashford has such a big fall so far this season. You know, if you compare him to last season, Marcus Rashford is nowhere near the quality he was last season. In fact, he's probably his worst season in a long time. But yeah, there we go. Obviously, I'm talking about the team, but one talking point that I want to talk about, that, you know, the midfield was too slow, with McTominay and Christian Eriksen. Obviously, you know, again, if we have like back to an example, that midfield, if we are playing Tottenham, Arsenal, and Newcastle, a Manchester City, a Liverpool, even a Chelsea, that midfield gets absolutely tore to shreds because there's no pace in there, and it's a bit in and out. And I know it's the 11 that Ten Hag trusts, but you get away with that against the Fulhams, maybe the Copenhagens and the Luton Towns. You get away with things like that, but you won't get away with it against the big teams. But because it was too slow, a lot of mistakes from Eriksen. He kept giving the ball away. He just doesn't have the pace anymore, the physicality. He's just, you know, see what you expect from free agent who was aging. Okay, fair enough, but it was too slow. And the only midfielder that actually, well, McTominay obviously put the ball in the back of the net, and so did Bruno. But obviously, McTominay's goal didn't count, which it should have been, but it should have counted. But we won't go there because I'm sick of talking about VAR. It's absolutely shite. But there's a lot of there's still improvements to be made. I'm not going to sit here and say that was brilliant. Now that top four, now that's looking more likely top five. No way. No. Right there. It was a hard fought victory. There was nothing special about it. There was no absolutely outstanding player. Maybe you could say Wan-Bissaka. I thought he was good. He was my man in the match. I know at the time I said Bruno Fernandes, but you have to be truthfully speaking and say Wan-Bissaka. You know, he was getting stuck in there. He was getting forward. He's a lot better than Dalot, in my opinion. You know, the tackles he makes when he loses the ball, he just tackles like he lost the ball against Fulham, and then there was no lead up to it. He literally just fell and put his foot in. It's like bag of potatoes, fell, put his foot in, easy as. But it is a midfield that is too slow, and, you know, obviously, as I said, you get away with it against the low teams like Copenhagen, and maybe you may get away with it against Copenhagen. Oh, sorry, you may not get away with it against Copenhagen, but you're more than likely to get away with it against Luton Town. But again, he's going with the team, trying to get a tune, and hopefully it was a team that I put out saying, you know, to the players who should be in there, saying you're actually letting that player get in ahead of you. You should be working on yourself to try and get in ahead of him. But that midfield, most importantly, like our strongest midfield, I personally think is Amrabat. Like if we have a whole fit Manchester United, Amrabat, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes. That's it. At the moment, Amrabat. I think Amrabat. Oh God, that's tough. Would it be Amrabat, McTominay, and Bruno? Would that be it? I don't know. Someone pro Manu in there, but that's it at the moment. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be interesting to see what midfield he picks for the next game against Copenhagen. You know, will he stick with the same? You know, you don't change. I don't think he'll change a lot, to be brutally honest with you. I don't think he'll be interested in making massive changes. But I do think he will. He has to play, like, you know, Rashford. Rashford has to really up his game. I don't know why he dropped Amrabat, but Mason Mount in particular, and even Ericsson, even though I mean, we got lucky today, that midfield and the team we're coming up against as well. But yeah, talking point number 3 was a lack of urgency. Manchester United only seemed to kind of get a bit urgent when just 5 minutes to go, or we're deep into stoppage time and we're losing our drawing by a goal. That's when you get it. We're not quick with the ball. We're very slow with the ball, and it's something that I'm not a fan of at Manchester United. We're always too slow with the ball. We're never quick with the ball. We're always slow with the ball. You know, we were quick up to the Bruno Fernandes goal, but besides that, we didn't really do a lot. You know, we always have a few little moments, but nothing like that. You know, when Manchester United move the ball quick, we're good. When we move the ball slow, you can read us so much. We're so predictable. But when you move the ball fast, like last season, we were moving the ball left, right, and centre. We were moving really fast. All that sort of stuff. But this season, we have moved the ball quick enough, and it's something we have to work on, and it's a lack of urgency. The goal was probably true lack of urgency. It wasn't true magnificent skill or anything like that. It was basically just lack of urgency, and yeah, it's pretty much something that we have to work on if we want to get winning more games, more convincing games for more than one goal. By more than one goal is pretty much what it has to be. But again, we have to be more urgent with the ball, more quick with the ball, and that's all I want from Manchester United. So I hope we get to see that. I hope this win can kind of not be, you know, like, will it turn our season around? I don't know, but a bit of confidence now. So we should be looking at, if we had good glimpses onto the pitch, we should be looking at them and saying, right, Ten Hag's like, right, you done this well, done this, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Now do this. You need to be more quick with the ball. Again, he might say, well, we haven't got the players to do that, but be some sort of quick with the ball. When you get forward, be quick. We get the ball, we don't know what to do with it, and then it's just back and forward, where if you're a bit more quick with the ball, a bit more urgent with it, that's what we have to do. Lack of urgency is something we have to work on. Now, we're going to talk about 2 Manchester United players, but one in particular, and I have no agenda against him. I might say he's shy because I'm just speaking the truth, but I wouldn't say get him gone. If I had the option, I don't know, but Anthony today was poor. He was so poor. He's been poor since he's returned from that incident with, you know, yourself. I'm not going to mention it. We were very, very poor. Anthony was poor, sorry. A few other players poor as well, but Anthony just been the most standout. You know, we spent a lot of money on him. Again, it's not his fault we spent a lot of money on him. It's probably Manchester United's fault, to be brutally honest with you. We could have got him for 60, 70 million, even 50 million more cheaper. It's 30 if you want to go a bit more, a bit less, sorry. But I feel like Anthony he hasn't really, since he's arrived to Manchester United, he hasn't had great moments. You know, he scored against Arsenal in his debut game, and we thought, okay, not bad. And then he's had a few good moments here, there, you know, Barcelona, but, you know, like Paul Scholes said once before, he's a one-trick pony, but we haven't even seen it. I mean, we haven't seen not much from Anthony. He tries to take players on, tries to do all these skills. It doesn't work like that. And I think Ten Hag should drop him if he's going to keep like that. But then, like we said, Anthony can do no wrong. You spent a lot of money on him. We can't drop our 100 million player. Like, we spent a lot of money on him, by the way. 100 million euros or so, around that, for Anthony. And we could have got him for a lot more cheaper. So, if we're going to be doing this, I worry. But Anthony, does he have long left? The media are on top of him. You know, I mean, the media are on top of him. Like Manchester United won today. The media can't be on top of Ten Hag because we won. they can't be on top of the whole squad team because we won. They can be on top of Rashford or Anthony because they're so. He has to just up his game. He has to be a little bit more selfish, and he has to be a bit more intelligent, because when he gets the ball, he's in good positions and he gets knocked off the ball too easy. There's no aggression with him. He might be hot-headed, but he's hot-headed off the ball, not on the ball. He should be hot-headed on the ball, not off the ball. I just want to see a bit more passion from Anthony, because Anthony, we know there's a player there, just like Mason Mount as well. We know there's a player there, but we're not seeing it. Like Rashford, we know there's a player there, but we're not seeing it. There's players everywhere in that team, but we're not seeing all of it, which worries me to an extent. But yeah, I just hope that, we can Anthony can up his game and start doing things right. And it's something Ten Hag should be saying, listen, Anthony, you have to work on this, this, and this, because you're not doing what I want you to do. I brought you in to do this, and you're not doing this. Again, is it Anthony? Is it the instruction he's being given? I don't know, but he has to work on his game a whole lot better. You know what I mean? He really, really has to do something if he wants to get back in there, because, like I said, he keeps doing skills. He gives the ball away so cheaply. When anything he does just doesn't go well. He doesn't do much. It's something he has to work on. And I just want to see a little bit more. And again, it's not just this season. We've seen it in parts of last season as well. So it's not like, we're playing poor. The idea, no. We're playing poor. Fair enough, but we've seen it a few times last season as well. He was being knocked off the ball too easy. And it's something you have to work on. Like, the only reason, Pellistri came on Dunbar, and he's probably smaller than Anthony as well. So yeah, that's what I'm going to know what you think of Anthony. Do you think, he's just on a bad run? Do you think he's not fit for this? Do you think he's not? Him in the Premier League just don't go well? Is the new Ten Hag style of play? Does it not suit him? Obviously, we expect the Ten Hag to play the Ajax style of play, the style of play we saw at Ajax, but obviously the style of play we're playing doesn't suit Anthony. What do you think? Or do you just think Anthony is a rubbish player? Or do you think we will start to see the best of him soon? Let us know in the comment section below. Talking point number 5 was, of course, the Bruno late winner. As you know, Bruno these past couple of weeks has been kind of getting a lot of hate. People saying take the captaincy off him. He's a rubbish Manchester United player, get rid of him. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not going to change me decisions on what I think of Bruno, because he was not the greatest today. So that goal he got was a good goal. It was a good goal, but it was a good goal, well taken goal. But some of his quality goals, some of and again, he was on a yellow card today, and I thought, if you got a yellow today, it would have been out for the next game against Luton Town away at home. Sorry, again the LBS, so make sure to check that. But yeah, anyways, but Bruno again, he's not himself this season. He's not done what's wrong with him. Okay, he scored a goal, even though he didn't play totally well. He was giving the ball away. He fell down a few times, still a bit moany, but hopefully you got the man of the match. BT Sports gave him the man of the match. Fair enough. Obviously, they're going to give it to the player who got the winning goal, but they probably wouldn't have given it to Bruno. They probably would have given it to Wan-Bissaka maybe, or even Harry Maguire. I don't know. Or maybe they would have threw McTominay in there, South Genia or Garnacho, whatever. But you want to see more from Bruno. I don't want to see Bruno on the left wing, right wing, false centre forward. I want to see Bruno in his normal position. When Bruno's in his normal position, he's a good player. When Bruno goes into back, when Bruno tracks back when Bruno drops deep into the DM or central midfield, rubbish. When Bruno's in his position behind the striker, and he has, if it's Rashford or Anthony or Pellistri or Garnacho, whoever it is, he does okay. Again, okay about Bruno. He mightn't have the greatest game, but he'll make sure to get stuck in. he's a bit hot-headed. He made a tackle today against Pellegrini, and that not long before he scored the winner. But we just need to see more from Bruno. But hopefully it's a goal that can boost his confidence up. And it takes a bit of pressure off him, and hopefully it can boost the team's confidence up and take a bit of pressure off them, and the same with Ten Hag as well. Hopefully that's something we can do, but I hope to see better from Bruno. He is our captain. He's never going to be dropped. He was dropped in the odd game, but you're never going to see him being dropped for. I don't think Bruno will be dropped for any foreseeable game, to be honest, because Casemiro's out and Varane really gets in there. So yeah, but that has been the 5 talking points for the Manchester United win. Let us know what you thought of the talking points. Let us know what you thought your talking points. Let us know what you thought of the game. It wasn't a pretty win, but we'll take it. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like, comment, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, like I said, we'll have the preview for the Copenhagen game on Tuesday. We'll have the watch along on Wednesday. We'll have the 5 talking points for the Copenhagen game on Thursday. We'll have the preview for the Luton game on Friday. And we will have well, we don't watch along on Saturday because I'm going to be over there, but there will be a bit of content, I hope, on Saturday. But the 5 talking points for that game will either be a Sunday or Monday, because if you seem to travel and I have to do for that match, the things I do for the club I love, it baffles me. But thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one. Thanks for now. Come on, United. Let's be happy and back the manager. See you all in a bit, Reds. Thanks for watching. Legends is on.